Hi everyone, this is Laura McClernand. I'm going to go over a demonstration of how to use the GoToMeeting application, how to get started with a webinar, and also how to record your webinar so that you can then recycle it and use it in content later on for your training system. So I'm logged into the system right now. I'm the presenter. You'll see I also have a student that's attending in my class. With this version that I have, I'm allowed up to 26 students at once. One of the things I love about the GoToMeeting is you have the ability to mute all. So all of your students can be muted at once, which can make for a much better recording and less distractions while you're presenting. So since everyone's muted, what I'm going to do is go ahead and click on the record button to make sure that I activate that. And then I'll click on show, which is then going to let me know that I'm on air and I am indeed recording my desktop. From main screen, I'm going to switch it over to screen 2 because this is my clear desktop that I want to show my audience. So from here, what I will do is go ahead and give my presentation. So this one is, let's say, about Google Docs and how I want to train my people on the call how to use Google Docs for templates and forms. So I'll give my training, give my webinar, go through, share my screen, and throughout the webinar, it's going to show your entire desktop. So good rule of thumb is to close out any Skype or instant message things that might pop up during your call. So when we get done with the webinar, what you'll want to do is go ahead and stop recording once you've finished. I also recommend doing a Q&A at the end of the webinar so that you can have a clear recording, and if you want to cut out the Q&A, you can easily do so. So once you've stopped recording the webinar, that then goes on a saved database with your GoToMeeting account, and in the next section we'll show you how to retrieve that file. So after your webinar has completed, this pop-up will appear from GoToMeeting, and it'll give you the option to convert the recording. When you convert the recording, you are putting it in a file format that then you can use in other media locations like YouTube Screencast, or even edit it in Camtasia Studios. So you'll see there we've got the percentage complete, and it's going through and actually compressing that video. Just a side note, this is a really short little recording we just did. If you've got a webinar that's about an hour long, it's going to take a significant amount of time depending on your memory space on the computer. So if you need to do it overnight, it gives you the option on that screen before to let it compress while you're not on the computer at a set time and date. So once that's done, we will see that our file recording is available, and we can click on Open Recordings File. And here I can see my .mov file. So that .mov file can be put into Camtasia for editing, uploaded to YouTube, or uploaded to screencast.com. As I mentioned, with your .mov file, you can upload that directly to YouTube or screencast.com if you don't want to edit the file or if you don't have Camtasia Studios. If you have Camtasia Studios and you want to clean up the file, maybe take out a Q&A section or add a title slide, you can do so by importing that .mov file onto your playhead. So I just dragged and dropped the audio file there. And if you want to cut out some sections, Camtasia Studio has really great tools for editing your screencast. You can delete things, piece them back together, a lot of things you can do. The audio quality tends to be more choppy compared to that of using your internal microphone or a USB microphone. So I like to usually go on to the audio options and either lower the volume or do some sort of noise reduction on that file so that it cleans it up a little bit and makes it a little bit more presentable. To leave this video, I'm going to actually play a chunk of that webinar that we just recorded so that you can understand the quality and the view that you will see of your webinar when you convert that file to a .mov and actually play that on your system. Hope you enjoyed this video. Is go ahead and give my presentation. So this one is, let's say, about Google Docs and how I want to train my people on the call how to use Google Docs for templates and forms. So I'll give my training, give my webinar, go through, share my screen, and throughout the webinar, it's going to show your entire desktop. So good rule of thumb is to close out any Skype or instant message things that might pop up during your call. So when we get done with the webinar, what you'll want to do is go ahead and stop recording once you've finished.